Shoemaker and the Dwarfs. Once upon a time, in a village, there lived a kind shoemaker and his wife. The shoemaker earned their living by making shoes. However, one day, nobody wanted to buy his shoes anymore. Their livelihood became difficult, and they were left with only enough leather to make one last pair of shoes. His wife tried to comfort him, saying, "Don't worry, everything will soon be all right. You'll start selling shoes again, just like before, and we'll be happy again." These conversations were overheard by 3 little dwarfs outside. The dwarfs felt sorry for the shoemaker and his wife and decided to help them. During the night, the dwarfs secretly entered the shoemaker's shop and started working with the remaining piece of leather. By morning, they had crafted the most beautiful pair of shoes and then disappeared. When the shoemaker and his wife saw the wonderful shoes on the table in the morning, they were astonished. However, they wondered who had made these beautiful shoes. After placing the beautiful shoes in the showcase, the shoemaker noticed a change when a merchant came to buy them. The dwarfs kept coming every night, making even more beautiful shoes and revitalizing the shoemaker's business. However, the shoemaker and his wife wanted to find out who was doing these acts of kindness. One night, they decided to observe the dwarfs as they made the shoes. They realized how lucky they were when they saw the dwarfs' cute songs and fast work. They also noticed that the dwarfs' clothes were torn. So, the shoemaker and his wife decided to make tiny clothes for them. They spent their nights sewing the most beautiful clothes to thank the dwarfs. The next morning, they won the dwarfs' gratitude by leaving the clothes on the table. This chain of kindness became a turning point in the shoemaker's and his wife's lives. The Ramadan table of Jerusalem. In the narrow streets of Jerusalem, among the stone houses, the children rejoiced with the arrival of Ramadan. Every evening, as the sun set, iftar tables were prepared along with the call to prayer echoing from the minarets. When iftar time arrived, the children would gather together, satisfy their hungry stomachs, and offer their prayers. One day, the children decided to visit the oldest mosque in Jerusalem. In the courtyard of the mosque, a large table was set. The dishes prepared for iftar emitted a delightful aroma. The children eagerly sat down at the table. As iftar began, silence enveloped the gathering. Everyone raised their hands towards the sky and offered their prayers. The first morsel of iftar, dates and water, was shared among them. Then, dishes of olive oil, rice, meat stew, and sweets were brought to the table. The children smiled at each other as they shared their meals. The children knew the value of this moment. Among the historic stones of Jerusalem's streets, they felt how special it was to share iftar together. Each bite, each prayer, each smile was a moment filled with love. After iftar, the children started playing together in the courtyard of the mosque. Under the moonlight, they looked up at the sky and prayed for the freedom of Jerusalem. Perhaps, one day, this prayer would come true. Perhaps Jerusalem would be liberated through the prayers of the children. And so, amidst the narrow streets of Jerusalem, among the stone houses, the children grew up with the blessings of Ramadan, filled with love and hope. The memories of iftar tables would live forever in their hearts. Once upon a time, in the far realms, there lived a prince in peace and prosperity. The prince, a renowned hero named Prince Alex, was a handsome and brave young man who had won the love of his people. One day, an ill-intentioned sorcerer arrived at the borders of the kingdom. This sorcerer sought to seize the kingdom and enslave its people. However, Prince Alex took action to protect his people and decided to wage war against the sorcerer. Prince Alex gathered an army consisting of the finest warriors of the realms. Armed with a powerful sword and shield, the prince set out with his army to find the sorcerer's sanctuary. Along the way, they faced many dangers and challenges, but Prince Alex, with his courage and wisdom, overcame every obstacle. Eventually, they reached the sorcerer's sanctuary. The sorcerer attempted to protect himself with dark spells, but Prince Alex's courage and determination would not allow it. After a long and arduous battle, Prince Alex defeated the sorcerer and saved the kingdom. The people were filled with gratitude towards Prince Alex. They organized a grand celebration, and peace and happiness once again prevailed in the realms. Prince Alex continued to rule in the realms as a hero who had earned the love of his people. Thus, thanks to Prince Alex's courage and determination, the kingdom remained safe with the victory against the malevolent sorcerer. Prince Alex continued to be elevated in the eyes of the people of the realms as an exemplary leader and savior. The story of Prince Alex is an example of how courage and belief can overcome any adversity. This hero prince, who saved the realms, became a legendary tale that everyone recounted with admiration and was immortalized in history. Cicada and Ant. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the forest, there lived two friends named August Cricket and Ant. Days were filled with joy for August Cricket, who, with his melodic songs, brought cheer to all creatures in the forest. One day, Ant arrived from the other end of the forest, carrying diligently gathered food. August Cricket, cheerfully, "Hello, my friend Ant. Aren't the days beautiful?" Ant, tiredly, "Hello, August Cricket. Yes, beautiful days indeed. But winter is approaching, and I need to collect food." August Cricket, carelessly, "Winter, Schwinter. It's a time for enjoyment for me. Let's continue having fun." Ant, worriedly, "But if we can't find food in winter, we'll be in a difficult situation." August Cricket, disregarding, "Forget it, Ant, don't worry. I always believe in having fun." Ant, pausing for a moment, continued. He was in the hustle of gathering food, struggling to understand August Cricket's carefree lifestyle. Ant, calmly, "We should be prepared for winter. We have responsibilities." August Cricket, mockingly, "Oh, you're always the same. Aren't you here to have fun with me?" Ant, after thinking, "We can allocate time for fun, but we shouldn't forget our responsibilities." As time passed, autumn arrived, leaves fell, and winter was approaching. August Cricket began to appreciate Ant's diligence and preparations. Together, they worked, enjoying themselves and getting ready for winter. Their friendship taught the importance of finding balance in every season. Tree's winter harvest. Once upon a time, there lived Puffy, a cute rabbit in the greens. Puffy resided under a large oak tree at the edge of the forest with a big family. One day, while wandering in the forest, Puffy discovered a huge fruit tree. The branches of the fruit tree were filled with colorful fruits. Puffy invited friends to share these delicious fruits. Birds, chickens, and even squirrels gathered. Together, they picked the fruits from the tree, and each took a portion, happily parting ways. However, there was a problem in the forest. With the onset of winter, finding food became challenging. Puffy and friends decided to help each other. They gathered the fruits, creating a winter stock. Every day, they supported each other, shared, and overcame challenges together. In the process of forming beautiful friendships, Puffy and friends contributed to the balance of nature. By working together, they preserved their forests and maintained a loving environment.
Bilgi Vadisi'nde büyülü keşifler. Bir zamanlar Bilgi Vadisi adında büyülü bir yerde meraklı Maya adında bir kız yaşarmış. Maya her gün gözlerini dünyaya, doğanın güzelliklerini ve öğrenmeye açardı. Bilgi Vadisi nehirlerle çevrili, renkli çiçeklerle bezenmiş bir cennetti. Günlerin birinde Maya Bilgi Vadisi'nin derinliklerine doğru bir keşfe çıktı. Karşısına çıkan gizemli bir mağara onun dikkatini çekti. Mağaranın içinde bilgeliğin eski kaynağını içeren antik bir kitap buldu. Bu kitap Bilgi Vadisi'nin kalbinde saklanan derin bir bilgi hazinesiydi. Maya kitabın sayfalarını araladı ve içindeki büyülü dünyaya dalıp gitti. Kitap, Bilgi Vadisi'ndeki canlıların sırlarını, bitkilerin büyüme serüvenlerini ve gökyüzündeki yıldızların masalsı öykülerini anlatıyordu. Maya, edindiği bu bilgileri diğer çocuklarla paylaşmaya karar verdi. Onlara bahçecilik, gökyüzü gözlemleri ve doğa bilgisi hakkında keyifli hikayeler anlatmaya başladı. Bilgi Vadisi'nin çocukları, Maya'nın anlattıklarıyla öğrenmenin ne kadar büyüleyici olduğunu keşfettiler. Maya'nın öğretici masalları, Bilgi Vadisi'nde adeta bir gelenek haline geldi. Her hafta çocuklar bilgi ağacının etrafında toplanır, Maya'nın anlattığı öyküleri dinler ve birbirlerine merak ettikleri konularda sorular sorarlardı. Ayrıca birlikte keşfe bile çıkarlardı. Bilgi Vadisi, Maya'nın rehberliğinde daha da büyüdü. Çocuklar her gün yeni bir şey öğrenmenin, doğayı anlamanın, tanımanın, sevmenin ve meraklarını gidermenin mutluluğunu sonsuza dek yaşadılar.
The Tale of the Seven Fairies. There was a mother with two daughters. One was hardworking, intelligent, and beautiful. The other was mean-spirited, selfish, and lazy. Their mother fell ill, and someone had to work around the house. However, the mean-spirited daughter refused to work, saying, "I'm not fit to work at all." The kind-hearted daughter, on the other hand, went out to find a job. Her mother advised her, "Help anyone in need, always work, and if you do your job honestly and properly, you will succeed." Keeping this advice in mind, the girl set out. Along the way, she encountered a tree. She helped the tree by clearing its dried branches. She also noticed that the chimney was worn out and needed maintenance. The girl didn't mind getting dirty and did all the repairs. Later, a vineyard asked for her help, so she vigorously assisted with the weeding. Then, she came across a dirty dog. She took the dog to the river and cleaned it thoroughly. She helped everyone in need. Tired but happy, she reached a house where 7 fairy sisters lived at the edge of the forest. The fairies instructed her to clean the house for a year but asked her not to enter the 8th room. When she successfully completed this task, the fairies asked why she hadn't entered the 8th room. The girl explained that she had obeyed the instructions. The fairies then went to the 8th room and brought back a sack filled with riches. On her way back home, the girl encountered the dog, the chimney, and the vineyard, and she rewarded them just as she had thought to do. When she returned home, her family and the mean-spirited sister listened in astonishment to her story. The mean-spirited sister, filled with jealousy, eventually came to understand the value of kindness, honesty, and hard work as their father recovered, and their family became prosperous. She decided to become a good person too. Thus, their family lived happily ever after, enjoying a life filled with love and kindness.